So the sanctions against Russia has failed, and Putin, during an cultural event in St. Petersburg, quoted that in November he is expecting Russia's growth by 5.5%. Remember what scenario was being painted by European Commission and by the Western countries when they were talking about 20% constriction in Russian economy, when they were putting all kinds of sanctions against Russia, when they were putting the oil price cap, but all of them failed. And nobody is talking about all these things right now. They are not talking about that the sale of Russian crude is going above the price cap which they imposed against Russia. They are not talking about those fleets with which, without Western insurances, Russian crude is being transported. They are not talking about their own statements vis-a-vis Russian economy. They are not talking about the bombshell they dropped against Russia when they cut it off from SWIFT. And still, Russia is growing at 5.5%. And what is the condition of West, especially Europe? We all understand that the high inflation rate as well as low growth. And why all these things happened? These things happened because of sanctions. Because Russia looked towards East, Russia looked towards global South. It got partners like India and China, cutting itself from the Western economies. And one more sector which saw a very rapid growth came from investment, from Russian investment in the sectors, especially the machine industry, in which the vacuum was created due to withdrawal of those industries due to Western sanctions, as well as under the influence of Western governments, because those were the Western companies. And not only investment boomed, but even the demand boomed. And as a result, I think in the upcoming years, you may also see some kind of positive demographic growth of Russia. Now, this also shows one thing, that the tool of sanction, the militarization of sanction and economy, has rather failed. And I am sure that by the end of next year, that is by the end of 2024, things will even further change, both in geopolitical as well as geo-economical aspect. There are some things about which nobody is talking about. We saw a few months back what happened in Niger, and we saw the Western capitals talking about a war in North Africa, but they didn't dare. They were empty threats, because even there the elements of Russia, the elements of Wagner were involved. So the world order is changing, and it is changing faster than we thought. Thank you.